excellence is never an accident. It is the result of vision, perseverance, learning, and the courage to begin. A very good morning to our esteemed dignitaries, distinguished guests, respected members of the profession, faculty members, and the vibrant gathering of future chartered accountants from across the nation. With immense pride and heartfelt enthusiasm, I, Sweedel Mendonça, welcome you all to UDGAM National Conference of CA Students 2026, a celebration of knowledge, leadership, innovation, and inspiration. We gather today in the beautiful coastal city of Mangaluru, a city where the waves of the Arabian Sea meet the spirit of enterprise, excellence, and innovation. More than just a destination, Mangaluru has nurtured generations of leaders, entrepreneurs, academicians, and professionals who have made their mark across the globe. While many cities are known for what they possess, Mangaluru is known for what it produces: character, competence, and commitment. Renowned for its culture of learning, discipline, and professional excellence, making it the perfect destination for a conference dedicated to the future leaders of our profession. UDGAM 2026 is not just a conference. It is a reminder that every achievement begins with a dream. Every dream begins with a step, and every journey to excellence begins here. Today is not just the inauguration of a conference. It is the inauguration of ideas, aspirations, and possibilities. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to UDGAM 2026, where every journey to excellence begins. Every great celebration begins with an expression of joy, culture, and creativity. And what better way to set the tone for this prestigious gathering than through the universal language of dance. Dance has the unique ability to communicate emotions that words often cannot. It inspires, energizes, and brings people together. It's a privilege to begin this national conference with the vibrant celebration of India's rich cultural heritage as we proudly present 7 classical dance forms of India, showcasing the diversity, grace, and unity that define our nation. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy the performance. indeed a wonderful performance. A big round of applause to our talented performers who have beautifully set the tone for today's celebration. Every great occasion is elevated by the presence of great minds. And today, we are privileged to have among us an esteemed panel of dignitaries whose leadership and contributions continue to inspire the CA fraternity. I request Ms. Sopanika Bhakta, Vice Chairperson of Mangaluru branch of SICASA of ICAI, and Mr. Abhisham KS, Secretary of Mangaluru branch of SICASA of ICAI, to escort our dignitaries to the dais. May I now take the privilege of acknowledging our esteemed dignitaries. Mr. Shreyas Pandit, our distinguished chief guest, CA Madhukar Narayan Hire Gange, our esteemed conference director and central council member of ICAI, CA Pramod Hegde, secretary of SIRC of ICAI and the regional council member of SIRC of ICAI, CA Daniel Marsh Pereira, chairman of the Mangaluru branch of SIRC of ICAI, CA Mamta Rao, vice chairperson of Mangaluru branch of SIRC of ICAI, CA Balasubramanya N, secretary of the Mangaluru branch of SIRC of ICAI, CA Gaurav R. Hegde, chairman of the Mangaluru branch of SICASA of ICAI. Before we begin this celebration of knowledge and excellence, let us take a moment to seek the blessings of Almighty. For while knowledge lights the path, it is wisdom that guides the journey. I now request Ms. Pooja Naik and Ms. Ananya PB to lead us into prayer and everyone to kindly rise for the prayer.
Sharanu ninage, Sharanu Vinayaka, Sharanu ninage, Sharanu Vinayaka, Vinayaka Vidyadayaka Deva, Vinayaka Vidyadayaka Deva, Sharanu ninage, Sharanu Vinayaka, Sharanu ninage, Sharanu Pashankushadhara Mushika Vahana Sarpalankritane Gajanana Pashankushadhara Mushika Vahana Sarpalankritane Gajanana Adi Pujita Nino Vedavandita Nino Adi Pujita Nino Vedavandita Nino Modaka Priya Nino Ganadipa Ganan Nage Sharanu Vinayaka Sharanu Ninage Sharanu Vinayaka Vinayaka Vidyadayaka Deva Vinayaka Vidyadayaka Deva Sharanu Ninage Sharanu Vinayaka Sharanu Ninage Sharanu.
Thank you, Pooja and Ananya, for your soulful rendition of the prayer song. Leadership is not merely about holding a position. It is about inspiring people and creating opportunities for growth. It is now my privilege to invite a leader whose vision and commitment continue to strengthen the profession and guide countless members and students towards excellence. We have with us the respected chairman of the Mangaluru branch of SIRC of ICAI, CA Daniel Marsh Pereira, whose exemplary leadership and unwavering contribution to the CA fraternity have created a meaningful and lasting impact. With a progressive outlook and a deep commitment towards professional growth and student development, his leadership reflects excellence, inclusiveness, and innovation. May I now request CA Daniel Marsh Pereira, Chairman of the Mangaluru branch of SIRC of ICAI, to kindly deliver the welcome address.
Respected Chief Guest, Shri Shreyas Pandit, founder and CEO, Rightspaid Capital Advisors Private Limited, Central Council Member, CA Madhukar Narayan Hiregange, Regional Council Member, CA Pramod Hegde, my colleagues in the Managing Committee of Mangalore branch of ICAI, Vice Chairperson CA Mamta Rao, Secretary CA Balasubramanya N, Treasurer CA Nitin Balika, the SICASA Chairperson CA Gaurav R. Hegde, our immediate past Chairman CA Prashant Pai, and our SICASA Co-op member CA Krishnanand Pai. The office bearers of the SICASA Committee, Vice Chairperson Sauparnika Bhaktha, Secretary Abhisham KS, and other members of the SICASA team, esteemed past chairmen, distinguished members of the profession, faculty members, students from various parts of the country, and most importantly, our dear students. A very good morning to all of you. It gives me immense pleasure and pride to welcome each and every one of you to UDGAM 2026, a national conference of CA students hosted by the Mangalore branch of ICAI and Mangalore SICASA. The word UDGAM signifies a beginning, a source, a point from which a journey commences. Every successful chartered accountant, every entrepreneur, every industry leader, and every professional sitting here in positions of influence today once stood exactly where you stand now. As a student filled with dreams, uncertainties, ambitions, and possibilities. Today is not merely an inauguration of a conference, it is a celebration of aspirations. Before I proceed further, it's my privilege to extend a heartfelt welcome to our chief guest, Mr. Shreyas Pandit. Mr. Pandit has built an inspiring entrepreneurial journey through vision, perseverance, and innovation. His presence today will undoubtedly motivate our students to think beyond conventional boundaries and embrace leadership opportunities. I request our SICASA chairman, CA Gaurav Hegde, to kindly present a token of welcome to our esteemed chief guest. I also take this opportunity to warmly welcome our respected Central Council member, CA Madhukar N. Hiregange, whose contributions to the profession and to the student development have inspired generations of chartered accountants. I request our Secretary, CA Balasubramanya N., to present a small token of welcome to our Central Council member. A special welcome to our Regional Council member, CA Pramod Hegde, whose guidance and encouragement have always strengthened the activities of our branch. I now request our Vice Chairperson, CA Mamta Rao, to kindly present a token of welcome to CA Pramod Hegde. I also extend a warm welcome to all chartered accountants, past chairmen, members of the profession, non-members, faculty members, distinguished speakers, student presenters, and students who have traveled from various places to this national conference. Dear students, if there is one message I would like to carry back from this conference, it is this: success is not final, failure is not fatal, it is the courage to continue that counts. The CA journey is often described as one of the most demanding professional pursuits in the country. It tests your knowledge, discipline, patience, resilience, and character. But remember, the profession does not merely create chartered accountants. It creates leaders, it creates entrepreneurs, it creates policy makers, it creates financial architects who contribute to growth of business, governments, and the nation itself. Every balance sheet you analyze, every audit you perform, and every advisory assignment you undertake in the future will influence decisions that shape economies and create value for our society. Many students also ask, will artificial intelligence replace chartered accountants? I have a simple answer. Technology will replace routine work. It will never replace judgment, ethics, integrity, professional skepticism, and human wisdom. The chartered accountant of tomorrow will not merely be a compliance professional. He or she will be a strategic advisor, technology-enabled consultant, business partner, and a trusted leader. The sessions planned for this conference reflect exactly that future. Over the next 2 days, you will explore artificial intelligence, emerging technologies, taxation reforms, startups, venture capital, personal branding, mental wellness, and global opportunities. These are not topics for tomorrow, but these are realities of today. One of the greatest strengths of CA qualification is that it opens countless pathways. You may choose practice, you may join industry, you may become a CFO, you may enter investment banking, you may build a startup, you may become an educator, a consultant, or an entrepreneur. The qualification is not a destination, it is a launchpad. As you listen to the speakers over the next 2 days, I encourage you to not merely gather information, but to discover possibilities for your own future. Allow me to share another quote I believe perfectly captures the spirit of this gathering. It goes by Robert Greene this way: "The future belongs to those who learn more skills and combine them in creative ways. The world rewards continuous leaders. The students who succeed tomorrow will not necessarily be the ones who know the most today. They will be the ones who continue learning long after the examinations are over. This is the true essence of UDGAM." So, dear students, years from now, you may forget the presentations, the slides, or even some technical discussions. But you will remember the inspiration you received, the friendships that you have made, the mentors you met, the confidence you gained from the gatherings of this magnitude. So participate actively, ask questions, interact with faculty, fellow students, dream bigger. The future of chartered accountancy profession is sitting right here in this gathering, and I have no doubt that the future is exceptionally bright. With these words, on behalf of the Mangaluru branch of SIRC, of ICI, and Mangaluru SICASA, I welcome you all to UDGAM 2026 and wish each and every one of you highly enriching experience, inspiration, and memorable conference. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai ICI.
Gracious welcome to the gathering. We truly appreciate your encouragement and support. On behalf of the Mangaluru branch of SICASA of ICI, I extend a hearty welcome to you too, sir. Before every journey begins, there comes a moment that symbolizes hope, purpose, and new beginnings. The ceremonial lighting of the lamp is one such timeless tradition, representing the awakening of knowledge, the strength of wisdom, and the path towards enlightenment. To mark this auspicious beginning, I request our esteemed dignitaries on the dais and the SICASA committee to come forward for lighting of the lamp, followed by the ICI motto song, a reflection of the ideals and values that define our profession.
Shubham kurutvam kalyanam arogyam dhanasampada. Shubham kurutvam kalyanam.
As the lamp is being illuminated and the ICI motto song fills this hall, may the sacred flame inspire every aspiring professional to move forward with wisdom in our thoughts, integrity in our actions, and excellence in our journey ahead.
ज्योतिषां प्रभुरव्ययः ब्रह्मरूपस्त्वं ज्योतिषां प्रभुरव्ययः आरोग्यं देहि पुत्रांश्च मतिं स्वच्छां हि मे सदा रवेरस्तं समारभ्य यावत् सूर्योदयो भवेत् रवेरस्तं समारभ्य यावत् सूर्योदयो भवेत् यस्य तिष्ठे गृहे दीपः तस्य नास्ति दरिद्रता शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम्
सुप्तेषु जागृति य एष सुप्तेषु जागृति कामं 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 कामपुरुषो पुरुषो निर्विमाणः निर्विमाणः तदेव शुक्लं तद्ब्रह्मा तद्ब्रह्मा तदेवामृतमुच्यते तस्मिन् लोकः शतः सर्वे तदूनात्यपि कश्चनात्यपि कश्चन एतद्वैता 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 एतद्वैता
Merely built through schedules and sessions, but through a shared vision that brings together opportunity, innovation, and knowledge under one roof. With unwavering dedication, strong commitment, and deep passions towards student development, we have with us CA Gaurav R. Hegde, a dynamic individual who has played a key role in building platforms that inspire learning, leadership, and professional growth among students. To take us through the essence, objectives, and exciting sessions planned over these 2 days, it gives me immense pleasure to invite the chairman of the Mangaluru branch of SICASA of ICAI, CA Gaurav R. Hegde, to present the overview of the conference.
Thank you, Aditi. Welcome to UDGAM. Our respected Central Council member and Conference Director, CA Madhukar Iragange sir, our ex-officio, CA Pramod Hegde, my chairman, CA Daniel Marsh Pereira, our dear secretary, CA Balasubramaniam sir, our vice chairperson, CA Mamta Rao, most respected and the man of the day, our chief guest, Sri Shreyas Pandit, to all my committee members, all the respected CAs who have come over here, and most importantly, my dear students, wishing you all a very warm, happy, bright, and blessed good morning. I would like to start with a story today that happened a few hours ago. Today morning, my team, to go to the overview of this function, today morning, my team, we got a call from a CA student asking there's a small incident that has happened and there's an urgent blood that is needed. So as a CA student and as CAs, what can we do for him? That was his question. So he had seen one of our stories. So at our conference today, there's also a blood donation camp which is organized. He had seen that story of us and he had asked this question, as CAs, what can we do for them? So immediately I called CA Shantram Shetty sir, who has organized this blood donation camp in with the Red Cross Society. And within 2 minutes, we were able to organize a blood donor for him at the hospital that he has mentioned. So what I would like to say is, what can CAs not do? That is the exact motto of our conference. It is also to do with chartered accountancy and the subjects that we learn. But apart from that, this conference will also cater to various other subjects to ensure an holistic or an overall development of a chartered accountant into better humans, better professionals, and the best CAs of India. So UDGAM is an event which is organized by the Board of Studies Operation ICAI, which has been worked upon, curated by CA students for the CA students. As the name suggests, it's the source from where your journey for tomorrow, your journey for excellence begins. And I too believe it is that one incident, that one event that you come across, that one experience that you get which totally changes one's life and it helps you towards your moment of glory. So we'll be kickstarting our national conference with an address by our chief guest. Post that, the first session is an interactive session with the Board of Studies, which will be chaired by CA Madhukar Hirgange and CA Pramod Hegde. This is the absolute platform for all you CA students to interact with the Board of Studies, to ask all your questions, to get all your doubts solved. Post that, this conference is divided into two categories. The first one, knowledge sessions, and the second one known as skill-up sessions. So what is a knowledge session? Knowledge session is basically about, we had around 125 applications this time who had auditioned for the knowledge session. And out of that, we have 16 extremely talented paper presenters who will come today on this big stage and will present their research paper on various topics of AI in auditing and accounts, on the latest Income Tax Act 2025, on the GST Act and venture capitalists. Post that, these sessions will be moderated by our own very CAs. First 2 days, we have two knowledge sessions. The first one chaired by CA Shravan Kumar B, and which will be on AI in audit and accounting, and the second one, which is on Income Tax Act 2025, which is moderated by CA Sriram Rao. Our second day, we will be having our first knowledge session on startup ecosystem and capital markets, which will be chaired by CA Swati Pai, and the second knowledge session on GST, global tariffs, and indirect tax, which will be chaired by CA Joyston D'Souza. Post that, other than the CA students who will be, the knowledge sessions are CA students are going to present their papers. Post that, we also have non-technical sessions known as skill-up sessions to ensure your overall development. These are done by a mix of fellow professional CAs and some from other than our fraternity, but who are also excellent professionals. The first knowledge session is on by CA Tarun Jagdish. He will be inspiring you all with his CA journey, and I'm sure it's going to touch all of you all because it's a very inspiring journey, and he'll also be talking on the power of the subconscious mind, something which I too have experienced during my CA journey when I had written CA finals. And trust me, I would like to re-emphasize it, and it'll again be touched upon at the session, but your mind is extremely powerful. If you really want to achieve it, and if you repeatedly tell your mind that you can do it, trust me, it will happen. And that's the power of your subconscious mind. Post that, our next skill up session on day 1 will be by CA Gajanan Kamath, who himself is a venture capitalist. He will talk upon the understanding or the basics of venture capital and how you all should scale forward in this subject. Next day, on day 2, we kickstart the skill up session with the first session, which is planned on how can CA students excel in CA exams, how you all should, what avenues open up to you all post qualification, and how you can build your own personal brand, which will be taken up by CA Banwar Burana. The next skill up session is a very special skill up session. We have 3 CA rankers from, we have many CA rankers from Mangalore, but we have selected the finest 3 CA rankers from Mangalore, CA Rameshri Rao, CA Prajul Kamath, and our past chairman, CA Prasanna Shenoy, who will be taking up this session. It will be moderated by our very own mentor, CA Naveen sir. And this session is called as the Rankers Route to CA. So we'll be diving into the mindset of all the rankers, about how their mindset was. Was it different from any other, or is it same like all of us? We'll be touching upon the ways they have prepared for their examination and what exactly differentiated them from pass to AAR. Although both are very important, but AAR is, you just have 50 in every exam. So we'll be touching upon that subject as well. Post that, like I told you, we believe in overall development or holistic improvement. That is why we have kept 2 sessions. Number 1 on your mental health, nutrition and resilience for CA students, because while preparing for CA is a long journey. It's a tough journey wherein you have to really put in your heart, soul. While all of this, there will be a toll on your mental health. or your nutrition. So we have kept one session so that you all can plan your studies along with your mental health, so that tomorrow at exams you all don't faint or vomit, and you will be able to write your exams pitch perfect and qualify as CS tomorrow. Our last session is by a very special Instagram influencer from our city as well, known as Mr. Dheerapan or Dheeraj Shetty Mijar, and it is going to be on how you can build your resume for tomorrow. So with this, I would like to tell you all that these 2 days of knowledge, make the most use of it. Network with people, because what can CAs not do? How will that happen? Only if you have your very own network. You can't build your empire by yourself. Like this conference, which has been done by a big team behind it, it is not possible if you all don't network. And for that, we also have a cultural performance today evening. So enjoy, engage, and excel. All the best.
Encouraging learning and creating platforms that shape future professionals. The vision and scale of this conference is a reflection of such committed leadership, effective guidance, and continuous support. We are honored to have with us our esteemed conference director and Central Council member of ICAI, CA Madhukar Narayan Hiregange, whose contribution to the student fraternity continue to inspire aspiring chartered accountants across the nation. It is now my privilege to invite CA Madhukar Hiregange to address the gathering with a big round of applause.
Thank you, Bangalore. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of Bangalore, dignitaries on the side, dais, including our chief guest, Mr. Shreyas Pandit. I think Gaurav said it correctly. Exciting times. ICA also is quietly building one of the world's most powerful learning ecosystems, and most of it or all of it is free for the students. I would like to, instead of speaking vague things, I would like to look at what is it that we have done, what is it that is coming soon. And the biggest point which is there is what is done, because what we can always say, we'll do this, we'll do that, and none of it happens. Implementation is the bugbear of most great dreams. But here, from the Board of Studies, there is a Board of Studies app and a knowledge portal. You have 8.47 lakh students. Just think of it, 8.47 lakh students already on it. Study materials, RTPs, MTPs, e-lectures, MCQs, one login, everything free. So I want to know how many of you are on this portal. Can you just lift your hand? Okay. So I will ask the next question. How many of you are still to get onto this app? Lift your hand. Okay. So all of you should ensure today, by the end of the day, you should do it. There is a thinking, that CA cannot be passed without attending coaching. Now, most of the coaching which you find is online. And some of it is pretty expensive. And when you fail, they give you a discount. So what are they doing? Are they teaching you to pass, or are they teaching you to fail? It's a business, you have to understand. But those of us, many of us, come from economically average families, let me say, middle class. How many of you come from middle class families? I think almost everybody. Again, majority of you come from middle class families. You could try out the live virtual classes. It's called LVCs. Please try it out. And if you have a problem, write to the Board of Studies. Don't talk amongst yourself. Write to me also. It's possible. In the end, I will be giving you my end, I'll give it right now. You can note down my email ID, ICAI email ID, which is MNH, Madhukar Narayan Hiregange, mnh@ici.in. You can note it down, you can send it to me directly. I will see that it goes to the right place. I hope that before I leave the council, no coaching class will be better than the live virtual class. As at present, there's a big gap, but we'll make good that. We also are going to have revision classes in May 26. I think they are already running, if I'm not mistaken. You have a MCQ practice dashboard, 7,500 questions across foundation, intermediate, final. As of now, 3.25 lakh students are already testing themselves chapter by chapter. Again, I have a question. How many of you are doing this? How many of you are using this MCQ? Not too many. Huh? So I think all of whoever is left, at least try it out, see whether it's good or bad. If there is something missing, let us know. Tell your people in the branch also, they can pass it on to us. We have also thought of starting, last year it was started in a small way, personal mentor, where a real experienced CA guides you in your final prep. We had one batch last time and about 29 students cleared their CA file. Enroll on the portal. One more very important aspect is mock test and fortnightly programs. Mock test is something which at least I feel every CA who is not a rank student, the rank students I'm not even talking to you, okay, you will get through CA anyway. But those of us like me, I failed 4 times, somehow managed to finish CA. And we didn't have anything, no mock test, no guidance, no OC, no MCS. You may say, so lucky, so many days you were not having problems. But then we struggled through life. We struggled through practice. The first 14 years we learned many things which we could have learned what is offered by the institute now before you qualify or just after you qualify. So please do take the mock tests, and I think it is a wonderful tool to assess yourself and also maybe make the last minute better preparation, focused preparation, subjects where you are likely to have a difficulty. What's coming soon? AI is already there in the AI CA curriculum, and we are introducing it as a formal domain. Specialization tracks in the final level. Your qualification is being future-proofed. What we don't know, we are trying to see that we provide it. IBS paper, little problem was there, I understand. Syllabus has been pruned by almost 45%. And also you don't have to carry those, bags of books anymore. Restricted open book format it's going to be. We have a revamped knowledge portal, personalized dashboards. This is all what is coming, okay, tomorrow. How fast it will come, I don't know. I am not the chairman of the Board of Studies, but I am speaking on his behalf. If he was there, he could have possibly said it. So you have OTP secure login, Netflix style learning is coming. Income tax study material is being worked on. Your branch will be a LVC examination center. That means live virtual class, you can go to your branch also and attend. And this will have local mentors. So if you can't understand what is being taught in the virtual class, your mentor who is from Bangalore, he or she will support you. Digital first students journal is going to come, where some of your conference ideas, topper strategy, exam tips, soft skill content, which is mobile friendly, is also something which is expected to come. You might have heard of Swayam. How many of you have heard of Swayam? Yeah, it's a large language model which also converts everything into local languages. So there's a e-library and Swayam Plus coming, and hopefully you can make use of this. The biggest thing which is happening in this year is that the entire curriculum of CA is going to be re-looked at, right from your articles, what subjects you need, what subjects you do not need, very important. What you do not need also will be looked at and maybe removed or bettered off. Also, how your practical training can be improved. How my friends in the first row, all practitioners, how they can improve the practical training which all of you receive. Other than that, of course, the exam reforms also will be there. I personally, of course, am a very, I want to follow the easiest possible. Even a single exam you should be able to write, single subject. But then I am not the decision maker. There are another 30. So we don't know. Let's wait. This community of 8.4 lakh is the largest professional community, and we have tie-ups with 95 universities. And with this, smart classrooms, AI in curriculum, we are trying to see that you are exam ready, globally competitive, and all of you should be proud to be a chartered accountant. Thank you very much. I come back to you for interaction later.
For sharing your valuable insights with us. Your words have truly energized and motivated the students towards excellence in every step of our journey. Every successful journey is guided by mentors, strengthened by learning, and shaped by visionary leadership. Today, it is our privilege to welcome a remarkable leader, CA Pramod R. Hegde, the Secretary of SIRC of ICAI and an ex officio member of ICAI. Through his dedication towards education and ethical leadership, he continues to shape a brighter future for thousands of upcoming professionals. Please join me in welcoming CA Pramod R. Hegde to address the gathering with a huge round of applause.
Respected dignitaries on the dais, firstly our Chief Guest Mr. Shreyesh Pandit, our own Central Council member Madhukar and Hiregange. I think I call him a friendly person, especially for students. And I think he's shared quite a lot of his thoughts. And there is some credit which I would like to give. The examination, additional time, what you get in the exam is due to him, where you get this additional reading time. And this is the third time in the council. So I'm sure whatever he said will be happening. And your young and dynamic chairman of the branch, Daniel, supported by the chairman SICASA, Gaurav Hegde, who stayed all over night, I think till 4:30 to ensure that this setup is done and you guys are having the grand show today. And of course, the committee members on the dais and off the dais, the past chairmen of Mangalore branch and the SICASA committee, and most importantly, my dear students. With a great privilege, I stand before you because I'm addressing a trust which is to be carried forward, a legacy which needs to be carried forward. We've enjoyed that trust, the legacy of being chartered accountant, which is time-tested more than 77 years. So, and today I'm here before you, talking to you, and mostly I'm enjoying this, interacting with you. How many of you here today were pushed by your principals to come and attend this conference? Oh, all of you have self-registered without telling? I mean, the SICASA committee reached out to you and you said, okay, I'm registering? Well, I think you have a very great audience if that's the case. Yeah, I know, I get it. I'll just tell you a small incident which happened yesterday. One of my clients called, he asked me a question. And I know most of us, we always talk about technology. I think even in the chairman, in the opening statement, he was talking about technology, AI. How many of you use it? I know everyone uses it, at least even writing, at least leave letter, you would have given it to the chat GPT and you've said, okay, write this, or if your principal asked for an extension letter, I think the first thing would have been there. Yes, I was trying to use it because I'm not as good as you guys in technology. So my client asked me a question. He said, I need it ASAP. I just want you to look into it, which was not my specialization area. So I just gave it to the chat GPT. I said, this is the problem. This is what I'm looking for. How do I advise my client? It gave me a full set of answer. And at last line, it said, consult your chartered accountant before giving this to the client. So then I realized even ChatGPT knows what the trust is and how much is the profession trusted so far. So when I'm talking this to you, of course, technology will evolve and it is going to be better because we know, and most of us ask, what is that? It is so urgent that which requires that attention. Or, there's someone who's not going to die. Of course, even the robotics have come into doctor's profession where doctors sitting somewhere can operate a patient here. And days will come where I think the robots can also do a surgery currently, which is not allowed. So if this is the way where the human medication or human care process is heading, how relevant are we going to be, and what is our duty to stay relevant? That becomes the biggest question. And how many of you are here to do CA so that you can earn well? Only few? I mean, even I had an intention that, I want to earn more. Yes, most of us think that, this is a profession where you can earn. Let me not discourage you. But this is a profession which will take care of your needs, not your greed. So ensure that you have that in mind when you're doing it. And I was the chairman of the SICASA previous year for the Southern India. So in that capacity, I would like to just take few words. Of course, you could see the initiatives what BOS is taking. And we always say, no, all fingers are not the same. So each one has a different lifestyle, each one have a different way of looking at life, or even in studies, they have a different style of studies, different area of interest. So when the BOS has fixed a specified pattern, which is your examination curriculum, it says that you have to study income tax, you have to study laws. But most of them here would say, no, I want to see, what is M&A. I want to learn about it. Probably I'm not getting an exposure here. That is where SICASA comes here. That is where your entire set of curriculum, what has been designed by BOS, you can see what is that additionally you need. Because most of the time when I discuss with students, they say, sir, why don't you introduce this in CA course? Why don't you introduce that in CA course? Or why don't you introduce the new subjects? So it is not for everybody. CA course wants to test you on a basic knowledge. So tomorrow, you feel that, I'm done with the CA exam, I've cleared. That is not the end. Your real examination probably will not be on the papers. It will be in your boardrooms later on, and you'll be facing your examination at your clients on a day-to-day basis. So you cannot expect the same line of, the same education field or the same items which you're studying. So that is where SICASA comes into play, and your SICASA committee is sitting forward. Anything you need, any skill set, any additional topics, they are there. But you have to come forward and take that. And I'm sure the SICASA committee will be more happy to ensure that you get what you deserve. I wouldn't take much of the time. Probably we'll speak at the next session where we have an interactive session where Sir will be chairing the session. So I'll be looking forward to talk to you then. With this, I would like to conclude, and thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir, for your thought-provoking address and enlightening us. Your presence here today has made this event truly special. True success isn't measured by the titles we achieve, but by the boundaries we break, the standards we elevate, and the minds we inspire along the way. With experience spanning entrepreneurship, technology, and leadership, it is our distinct honor to welcome the chief guest of the day, Mr. Shreyas Pandit, who has built a career that inspires young professionals to think beyond traditional boundaries. Mr. Shreyas Pandit is the founder of Rights Paid Capital Advisors Private Limited, a SEBI-registered research advisory firm. He is one among the selected 1,800 professionals in India licensed to provide investment advisory services, where he is building an exclusive alpha club of investors focused on long-term wealth creation. With strong foundation in business and management, Mr. Shreyas Pandit has worked with some of the world's leading organizations, including Yahoo, Flipkart, and Unacademy, where he collaborated closely with high-performing teams and contributed to scaling impactful businesses. Beyond business, he is deeply passionate about youth development, leadership, sustainability, and community impact. He is known for his practical approach to growth, his ability to connect with young minds, and his belief that success comes from adaptability, curiosity, and continuous learning rather than following a fixed path. As the chief guest for this prestigious gathering, he brings with him not just professional accomplishments, but also a relatable story of experimentation, reinvention, and lifelong learning, making him an inspiring voice for the next generation of chartered accountants and future leaders. Please put your hands together and join me in welcoming Mr. Shreyas Pandit to address the gathering.
A very good morning to all of you. I had a bunch of things to speak about, which in my attempt to inspire all of you. But firstly, how are all of you feeling today? Are you feeling good? Would you clap for yourself? Because every clap is where every journey to excellence begins. I was really amazed, when I came in today, it took me back to 2003, when I had first attended a similar event, and I was talking to all of them. It was hosted at the SDM College in Mangalore, and there was so much to learn, so much to gather, and Mangalore at that time was a benchmark to hold the best of the management events. And I'm so glad I could resonate every moment when I stepped in, and watching all of you from here. I'm sure each moment, each time, and every bit of your presence in this event is going to take you one step closer to your dream. Firstly, Deepthi, thank you for the introduction, and Swedel. I was just picking up some words that you quoted, while you were addressing the audience. Aspiration, competence, and passion. How beautifully put together, which I can actually see all of you resonate as you step into your CA world. And Gaurav, like the story you quoted, going beyond the call of duty, there are so many things you have to do, but when you got that call that somebody is in need of blood, that is going beyond your duty call. The wonderful dance performance, by the 7 members, clearly signifies how diverse our country is, and what a diverse way to start the event. And the platform, that the Board of Studies is preparing, one application for 8.5 lakh students, unimaginable. I mean, all they're saying is, just log in and welcome the world of knowledge is a phenomenal feat that I've never heard of. And what Mr. Pramod was saying, right, about CA Pramod was talking about AI. Can AI replace? So here's a small little story, that I will tell you. So I was working with Flipkart. Flipkart was funded by many venture capitalists. And one of them was Sir Ratan Tata. So every month we had a review meeting with one member, Mr. Nataraj, who was managing Sir Ratan Tata's fund in his personal capacities. He had invested in Flipkart, InMobi, and named the Series B, Series C companies. There was a personal investment for youth and empowerment, and our founders were young. So I was leading their sales, right? We were managing, a huge portfolio of business. So at that point of time, sales always have these targets and goals, right? And every salesperson is designed to commit to something that you can't imagine. And I was one of them. So there came a time when, let's say, the target was about 120% away from what we had achieved last time, and we were still at 90. So the team used all data, technology, and all information possible to help me present a number that will convince Mr. Nataraj that as an investor, don't worry, we will achieve the goal. And he just told me one thing, Shreyas, it's a beautiful story that you're telling in front of me, but I believe only in 2 things. I asked him, what? He said, I believe in God and accountants. You don't meet the targets, you pray to your God. If you meet the target, the accountant will keep you happy. So yeah, on this note, good morning, CA Madhukar Hiragange, CA Pramod R. Hegde, the esteemed Chairman of the branch, CA Daniel, CA Gaurav Hegde, Chairman of SICASA Mangalore, and the distinguished members of the ICAI Mangalore branch for graciously inviting me to be a part of this Power Pack event, and most importantly, all the future chartered accountants and participants gathered today. Before I begin, I'd like to express my sincere gratitude to SICASA for giving me the opportunity to kick off this event. Organizing an event of this scale is never easy. What we see on the stage is only a fraction of the effort that goes behind the scenes. I would like to take a moment to appreciate and congratulate the entire organizing team for their dedication, meticulous planning, and hard work in bringing together such an enriching platform for learning, networking, and inspiration. I'd also like to make a special mention of CA Gaurav Hegde. Every successful event has someone who quietly takes ownership and ensures every moving piece comes together seamlessly. His relentless commitment, energy, and attention to detail, I think, has pulled off this mega event. To me, that's just going beyond the call of duty. Every chartered accountant's room will, of course, learn accounting, taxation, audit, and everything needed to build a successful career. Agree? Do you agree? You're here to build a successful career, yeah? So today I'd like to share something different. Not lessons from a textbook, but lessons from life. Lessons from taking risks, embracing change, and finding opportunities where none seem to exist. Let me tell you a story. A little about my story, a story that I call Amar, Akbar, and Anthony. And these are not the movie characters. These three people, Amar, Akbar, and Anthony, are the people who live inside every ambitious professional, like you, like me. And at different stages of my life, I've been one of them. And I'm sure you'll also be one of those Amar, Akbar, or Anthonys as you progress, to achieve your dream goals. First comes Amar. Amar believes hard work solves everything. Study harder, work harder, prepare harder, trust the process. When I was pursuing my bachelor's in business management, I was very much Amar, very much you. But there is one difference. While attending classes, I was also running a corporate gifting business, helping organize events at national level events. So like I mentioned, when I used to participate in SDM college, while I was participating in the college, I was also supplying trophies and t-shirts and certificates to them. At that age, I didn't realize, but those experiences were giving me an education far beyond the classroom. Textbook taught me concepts. Business taught me consequences. A supplier missing a deadline, a client not happy, and my professor who's asking me, where is your homework? An event where 100 things could go wrong before breakfast, or like the call that he got. It happens only when you're willing to get your hands dirty. That was my first lesson. Don't wait to be ready before you start. Learning by doing, I'm sure all of you will agree, will always beat learning by watching. But hard work alone cannot make you so far. As I moved forward in my career, I began to realize that success is not just about what you know or how hard you work. It's also about the people you learn from, the people you collaborate with, the events you participate, the questions you ask alongside. I moved on in my life from an Amar stage, and I met Akbar in me. Akbar who understands people. He knows that opportunities travel through relationships. Years later, during my career, I got the opportunity to be at Flipkart, and I was fortunate to be hired by the founder, Binny Bansal himself. But what I discovered there was that careers accelerate through people. You meet somebody who knows somebody who puts you on to somebody. But what I discovered more was careers are not just built through qualifications alone. Over the years, I had the privilege of working across some of India's most exciting technology companies. At Yahoo, I helped scale their sales in advertising. At Flipkart, meeting the right people, asking the right questions, being curious, being engaged, being in the present. I helped scale their technology by launching their own brand. And at Nestaway, after Flipkart, I built solutions in the real estate space where bachelor living was a very big problem, right? So all this could happen purely by meeting the right people and asking the right question. At Unacademy, contributing to education and technology, none of these opportunities happened in isolation. They happened because of people. People who trusted me, people who mentored me, people who challenged me, people who opened the doors. One relationship led to the other. One conversation opened another opportunity. One introduction led to another perspective. And suddenly I realized something. The biggest opportunities in my life had not come from sending applications. They had come from building credibility and relationships. Not because people love doing favors, because people trust people. So right after your education, you will have the trust phase. And that's when you learn that when you were younger, if you understood this early, every professional decision would be seamless. Your network is not a collection of contacts on your mobile phone or your Instagram or your LinkedIn requests. It's a collection of opportunities, perspectives, mentors, and friends. Your qualification may get you into the room, but your personality determines how many rooms you will be invited for. And yet, relationships and opportunities eventually lead to a deeper question. Once you've learned, grown, and earned trust, you begin to wonder what can you create with everything you accumulated along the way. After the trust process in your career, I'm sure and I hope you'll find the Anthony in you, builder, the person who eventually asks, can I create something of my own? For me, Anthony arrived in the form of Right Spade, the brand that I'm building. Years after helping brands grow and scale, the Anthony in me knocked at the door. What are you going to build next? By then I had learned business. I had learned from leaders. I had learned from relationships. But entrepreneurship asks a very different question. What are you willing to build when your name is on the line? High risk, high reward. When you start something of your own, there is no big brand bragging behind you, no designation credibility, no organization lending trust, not even organizations lending you loans. It's just you, your values, your reputation, your conviction, and your ability to deliver consistently. Building Right Spade taught me the success is not about predicting the future. It's about earning trust, one decision at a time. That achievement today, as being a very few in the country who are in the space of equity advisory, is not something I view as a milestone. It is more of how I view it as a responsibility, because every client places faith in you. Every recommendation carries accountability, and every outcome teaches humility. And that's when I realized something beautiful. Everything that Amar in me had taught me, everything that Akbar in me had taught me, was preparing me to be an Anthony. The discipline of Amar, the relationship of Akbar, together with Anthony, anything is possible. And that's when I understood the real reason. It's not about knowing how to be each of them. It's more about being an Amar when you're building competence. Be an Akbar when you build relationships. And be an Anthony when you're building dreams. I don't remember most of the titles. You know, when you look back, years, when you pass out, you'll realize that you will not even remember your marks. You won't even remember most of the titles that you held. You won't even remember the targets you met or didn't meet, or the businesses you helped. But today, as you stand, each of you is writing the first few chapters. So make them interesting, say yes to opportunities, learn beyond the syllabus, build something before someone gives you permission to. And once in a while, pause and ask yourself, not just what am I becoming, but who am I becoming? Because at the end of the day, your profession will give you livelihood, but your character will decide your destiny. Thank you, and I wish each of you a wonderful journey in this event. Stay tuned, be in the moment, applause, and take every bit to your careers ahead. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for your enlightening words and inspiring us with your valuable thoughts, stories, and experience of being Amar, Akbar, and Anthony. We are deeply grateful to you for taking out your time and being a part of our event. Every conference creates memories. Every idea shared becomes a spark. Every interaction becomes a connection, and every milestone becomes a part of history. Capturing the spirit, vision, and essence of UDGAM 2026 is our specially curated e-souvenir, which reflects the collective aspirations and efforts of this remarkable event. Our e-souvenir is a testament to the Mangaluru branch of SICASA of ICAI staying ahead of the curve and providing an engaging, immersive experience for our readers. It now gives me immense pleasure to invite our dignitaries for the formal release of the UDGAM 2026 e-souvenir. May I request the dignitaries to kindly join us for the release. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for this memorable moment. Thank you, dignitaries. As every successful event is built upon the efforts of many hands and the support of many hearts, it is only fitting that we express our sincere gratitude to everyone who has contributed to making UDGAM 2026 a grand success. I now invite the Vice Chairperson of the Mangaluru branch of SICASA of ICAI, Ms. Sauparnika Bhakta, to propose the vote of thanks.
Warm and pleasant morning to everyone present here. I, Sauparnika Bhakta, Vice Chairperson of the Mangaluru branch of SICASA of ICAI, deem it my privilege to propose the vote of thanks for this prestigious gathering. UDGAM 2026, the National Conference of CA Students, organized by the Board of Studies Operations ICAI and hosted by the Mangaluru branch of SIRC of ICAI and the Mangaluru branch of SICASA of ICAI. Marking the close of this inaugural session, we eagerly welcome the journey of knowledge, interaction, and growth that lies ahead over the 2 next days. To begin with, I express my sincere gratitude to our chief guest, Mr. Shreyas Pandit. Sir, your presence has truly added immense value to this occasion. Your journey as an entrepreneur, investor, and business leader is a powerful example of how innovation, perseverance, and courage can create extraordinary opportunities. The experiences and insights you share today have inspired all of us to dream bigger, think differently, and pursue our goals with conviction. I now request C.A. Gaurav Ramachandra Hegde, Chairman of Mangaluru branch of SICASA of ICAI, to kindly present a token of gratitude to our esteemed chief guest, Mr. Shreyas Pandit. Thank you, sir. With profound respect, I extend my gratitude to C.A. Madhukar Narayan Hiregange, Conference Director and Central Council Member ICAI, C.A. Rajesh Sharma, Conference Chairman and Chairman Board of Studies Operations ICAI, C.A. Pramod Hegde, Secretary of SIRC of ICAI and ex officio member of the Mangaluru branch, and to all the respected managing committee members of Mangaluru branch of SIRC of ICAI, C.A. Daniel Marsh Pereira, Conference Coordinator and Chairman, C.A. Mamta Rao, Vice Chairperson, C.A. Balasubramanya N, Secretary, C.A. B. Nitin Maliga, Treasurer, C.A. Gaurav Ramachandra Hegde, Conference Coordinator and SICASA Chairman, C.A. B. Krishnananda Pai, Co-op Member, and C.A. Prashant Pai, Immediate Past Chairman, for their encouragement, support, and tireless efforts in making UDGAM 2026 a reality. I would also like to acknowledge the valuable contribution of our past chairmen, whose guidance and continued encouragement have strengthened every step of this journey. Your support has been instrumental in shaping this conference. Further, I would like to thank all the principals for their support in the success of UDGAM. My heartfelt appreciation goes to all our speakers, moderators, panelists, paper presenters, and distinguished guests. Your willingness to share your expertise and experiences will undoubtedly leave a lasting impact on every student attending this conference. Finally, to all our delegates, thank you for being here. Your eagerness to learn, exchange ideas, and engage actively is what gives true meaning to UDGAM. You are the reason this conference exists, and your participation makes every effort worthwhile. As we embark on the sessions ahead, may these 2 days be filled with meaningful learning, valuable connections, and experiences that inspire each one of us to strive for excellence. Thank you all once again, and I wish everyone a truly enriching and memorable UDGAM 2026.
Parnika, your heartfelt words reflected true gratitude, dignity, and positivity, setting a truly encouraging tone for the insightful sessions that await us in the conference. As we conclude this inaugural ceremony, may this conference become a platform for meaningful learning, new perspectives, valuable connections, and experiences that shape each one of us into better professionals and stronger leaders of tomorrow. May every session attended, every interaction made, and every insight gained here become a stepping stone towards aspirations and achievements in the journey ahead. I now request all the esteemed dignitaries on the dais to kindly occupy the seats arranged in the front row as we proceed further with the conference.
And I, Sweedel Mendonça,
sign off as your inaugural host as we look forward to 2 days of learning, networking, and inspiration at UDGAM. Thank you. Have an enriching day.